A lot of times when I write songs, I try to write things from both a personal view, but I also like to write them in sort of like a world view. It's almost like an every breath you take. It sounds really nice and it sounds really fun, but it's really about obsession. It's about like really intense people sort of being obsessed with each other. But at the same point too, it's also about society and how we can really fixate on all the little things. In the song at one point I go, "You are so serious, walking on landmines." And both in like our relationship that we've had and the relationships that people have in politics, it seems like we become so obsessed that we're never going to take things the easy way. We're never going to go around the problem. We're going to go through the problem.
You are so serious, walking on landmines, making deals with the devil.
You can easily switch from our personal relationship to the world of politics and the world of war. You know, the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. So many warning signs were, hey, we shouldn't do this. We seem to be fixated on this idea. But all we needed to hear was the drum playing, and we were able to march right into war. And I think from everything from love to war, I represent, if you can get obsessed about an idea, you can go through anything. And that's really the spirit of the song.
When it comes to the chorus, the energy of that song, I felt, should change more than the actual key or the chords changed. Because if you took the drums away, you wouldn't notice as big of a change from the verse to the chorus. So that's where I just decide, okay, it's going to be, I'm going to nail the floor tom, I'm going to stop all the sound, and then I'm going to come back in on a totally different instrument just to completely erase, like, start the palette all over.
I'm ready to make the time.
Where we flip over where the words are very cryptic, the words are riddle. The music, on the other hand, though, especially with the riffs that we do, is that beating of the drum. It's let's keep it simple. Let's keep it catchy.
Even though it's kind of poppy, I think it's also sort of dark. And somebody had said to me that they thought that it almost sounded sad.
I'm a huge fan of polarity. I believe, where does hot end and cold begin? Where does happy stop and sad begin? I think if you're going to make music that's fun and is the life of the party, then you also are going to have to put in a dash of the end of the party is any minute now. It ends with, the only way I could sort of keep this relationship going was if I was going to journey to this really dangerous location that had this payphone, and I was going to go make that telephone call no matter what.
We were like 16 or whatever, we would be on the phone all night, but he would be standing outside on a payphone, and it was
I lived down by where
very sweet.
I would run down to the payphone, and if it was raining, I would go. If there was a dangerous element out that night, I would still go to use the phone.
So wait, were you going through the problem instead of around it?
I was going through the problem. I wanted to talk. I was in a very intense relationship where people were telling me, you need to get out of this relationship, and she was hearing the same thing too. And instead it was like, no. But I've been in a relationship now for over 20 years, so I think one of the keys to a long-lasting relationship is obsession.